Hello, people. Right, killing two birds with one stone here. Um, the Funk on YouTube asked me to do a video about a trade from start to finish and why I liked it, and also um, I want to talk about this one because this is probably one of the best stock trades that I've ever executed. And bearing in mind, I've only been trading stocks 5 or 6 months. And as a caveat, I know nothing about them apart from technical analysis. One thing I do know is that many of the stock traders that all over the internet do not trade like I do. They appear to identify levels that they want to enter at and then build positions, which is the opposite to what I do. I prefer what I call confirmation, that the move is already in place, in order to scalp, not invest at this moment, get in and out almost within minutes. So many of these guys rely on huge accounts, perhaps a million, 2, 3 million in an account, and they are convinced of the move will happen, but they uh, time it totally different to what I do. So I'm finding following FinTwit stock traders a complete waste of time. This is why now I'm emphasizing using screeners. Some stock traders trade like this, and I will be digging them out in order to add them to my watch list, but at the moment there's very few as far as I'm aware. So apologies, stock traders, it's not what you're doing, in my opinion, is wrong. It's just not the best for relatively small accounts. And I realise you're getting in at an average down price and this, that, and the other, so you're entering and then you enter lower and you enter lower and you enter lower, and it brings down the average price of your purchases. But that's totally new to me and totally disingenuous. So back to this one. How did I find it? Right, I found it using the screener. There it is there. I look at my screeners on a line chart, and I'll explain why in a moment, but first off I'll show the settings. There's no secret with these settings, although I jokingly do say that you have this is a top secret screener, but all I'm looking at is above the 50 MA, above the 200 MA, not oversold, just a random setting that someone suggested on YouTube. I suggest you look for stock screeners on YouTube to find all sorts of different ones. Relative volume can be anything. You just want to have a bit of volume, so if you put it lower, then you'll get more to look at. If you put it higher, you'll get less to look at. Over 200k, another random, very basic filter, and then you will see, oh god, my mouse is messing me about. You will see something like this, and what I'm looking for, KBSF, in this instance, was a trend. You can see that I've talked about this in previous videos. A breakout. This is what was happening yesterday. This is today's updated figure. We were down near the 4 level. I want room above, in other words, clear a clear space to potential resistance, but I also do not want to be trading into support. So that would be where I would have expected the price to have a problem, that little dip there, because it's a true support level potentially tested as resistance. I'm not too worried about this situation here because the uptrend has just broken that. That's a part of a trend. You can draw your ascending trend line the minute that high is broken. That's what I want to have. Descending trend line, ascending trend line, and so many of these are wrong. That would have been a good entry there, up to there, and it's already potentially tested that. So this could now pull down and continue up. So that's a good looking setup. Anything that's above all the resistance acting as support, potentially a good setup here. So this is why I use this line chart. This is coming down. Potentially we might get a good reversal off of here. And it goes on. Here to here would have been a good trade. So long, low, high, high, low, high, high, just breaking out. That was probably a 3-candle reversal which caused the pullback, and then getting back in here at the reversal long is where we want to be getting in. So the line charts help me enormously, and you know, they update every day. You've got pages and pages of them. I've got it listed so it's from low to high, so 95 excuse my eyes, or 50 or whatever that is, 53, 115. Sorry, I was distracted then. So yeah, I mean, the finviz sketch screener, perfect for what I need. I want one good trade a day if possible. So back to the actual chart. We didn't have this big daily candle here, remember? So let's go to the monthly. I want to see the monthly with a good sort of momentum. We can clearly see buyers are in control. Oh, 9 o'clock. Sorry, that's just my alarm on the phone going. We then have, remember, this hadn't happened. We have that classic red bar situation there. It doesn't have to be 2 or 3. It can be 2 big ones. It can be 3. It can be 5. It can be 10. As long as you've got that pullback to a level of support or resistance, a known level, and we are green on the momentum side. It doesn't even have to be above 0. It can be a change from deep red to green, a big, you know, what Simon calls a vol bomb, and that is a good enough trigger. As long as another filter I was thinking of literally when I started making this video, or the first take of it, this is the take 2, I got interrupted. We could just look for 2 weekly rising candles, low, high, high, low, high, high, because that will highly likely that's been a daily 3-candle reversal to the long side, and potentially with this wick, this has done its pullback. I can't remember whether that was the case with this one. But yeah, I mean, there's the daily 3-candle reversal to the long side there. There's a pullback. There's a continuation, but it wasn't with strong momentum. As you can see, this has had massive momentum above the 20. That's what I mean by strong momentum above the 20. Remember always, guys, the perfect 3-candle reversal is one that happens that is as near as possible to 20 or breaks through it. Those are the 3 CRs you want to be looking for entering in, because they are the ones that are liable to take off. Here's a strong one here. There's your pullback, take off. So back to the analysis of this particular chart now, the daily. What is going on with my mouse? I'm not even moving anything. Hang on. Right, my mouse is stationary. Right, descending trend line on the daily chart, ascending trend line. Notice that's connecting these, not that, because at that point we hadn't broken the high there. Then we can go on to the lower time frame. So what do we know from this? Well, we've got momentum on the daily. We hadn't got this bar in place when I entered my trade, but we were building up for that move, and H4. Now we're getting into the meat and potatoes of this particular setup. This is what I was looking at yesterday morning. This is the 23rd. I entered the trade on the 25th. This is what I could see. Now that again is a pattern within a pattern. That's a 2B reversal pattern. Hard to see like that, but there it is. There's your 2B reversal pattern. There's your big push up that Vic Sporandio identified. And back to the candles, what can we see from this? Well, prior to me entering the trade, around about here, at the 4 level roughly, that had punched up. Remember saying about the daily 3-candle reversal with the wick is acting as the pullback and then the blast to the north side. That 3-candle reversal had super strong momentum. The 20 level is an arbitrary level. We could change that to 17.5, 18, 18.5, 19, whatever. It's just arbitrary. What we want to be looking at is something that has blasted, and that has definitely blasted that momentum. So, you know, it was invented by the inventor of the RSI histo for whatever reason. It's probably a sort of calculation on the 60-40 or whatever those levels are that people trade RSI. But critically, we've got that pattern again, within a bigger pattern, within a bigger pattern, within a bigger pattern. We trade price action. So getting down to the lower time frame now, I mean, that's the beauty about TradingView. We've got 3 hours, 2 hours, and so on and so forth, which we don't have on MT4. But you can clearly see perfect bust, pullback, break and closes going on. 3CR on this 3-hour candle, bar, whatever, 3-hour chart. 3CR, pullback, continuation. You see it all the time. So at this point here, I'm looking at the M15 chart. And if we look at the line chart, everything becomes more sensible. You can clearly see a resistance level there that did create a low there on the candlesticks, a lower low, has been broken by a new trend. Low, high, high, low, high, high. There's your bust, the momentum move. Here's your pullback. Here's your bust and break, close above the 20. Put the bars back on, and there's your M15, break of that level there, and that would have been the trigger to enter. And if we put the measuring device on there, sorry, once again showing my newbiness to this trading platform, that's how we measure that distance. So 20% move, 80-point move, and next to no drawdown whatsoever, and entered using every time frame in alignment. So how to use the screener and all the time frames to enable that one trade, that scalp trade on stocks that we require every day. And there are thousands of them. And while I'm on this, it's worth noting that I have mentioned in the past, you know, I've got a massive watch list, multiple watch lists now. This is just one of many. And we have all these lovely green looking tickers, but they are not perfect. Rail's a bad example because that's the recent one, but let's have a look at an old one. Seal. Bring up the monthly. This one's going to prove to be a perfect one out of random choice. Momentum, good. You know, this is one I've charted before and posted on Twitter. Weekly. Actually, this is good now because we've had a weekly 3-candle reversal. That's the weekly pattern I love. We've had a with momentum. We've had the pullback, and now we're starting to build momentum to the long side. So this is actually a good one to watch today, actually. Odd that I've pulled it up randomly. We have another 3-candle reversal on the daily. Here we have the pattern again. Now, this is with momentum again. This is looking extremely good actually. We've got pre-market price 450 on that, so no interest at the moment really. H4 will just agree with that, you know, bust, pull back, break and close. This does look like it might go. How bizarre. Okay, so what I would do now is watch this, push up, potentially pull back, wait, and I would want a pullback on it, and then possibly test this 6 level again. That's just off the cuff. I haven't had a chance to properly analyze this. What I would also be doing is shoot over to FinTwit and have a look and see what everyone else was saying. I use it as the talking heads or the FinTwit whisperers. See what they're saying about it. It might be anything like earnings, although earnings would pop up here. It could be anything. Management talks, investment, mergers, you name it. If all that sounds good too, then potentially that and that. And then this would pull back, we would get the momentum move, and then I would want to be considering entering. So there you are, you've got a bit of a bonus in that one because pure by chance I just pulled this up. But that's the beauty of these watch lists on TradingView. So yeah, interesting looking chart. But the point being, yesterday's trade was 100% pulled from the screener, finviz screener, and then analysed from the top down, right down to getting an entry like I would like on this one on a 15-minute chart, so that my drawdown should be minimal, my momentum should be stacked up from the monthly all the way to the 15-minute chart, and 5-minute and 1-minute for that matter. Thanks for watching, have a great day. Trades everywhere again today, Friday. Have a good weekend.